You can increase your productivity by 5 or 10 times overnight by putting the 3 methods into action that I'm going to give you in my free course. So go download it right now by clicking the link just below here. A nice question below one of these YouTube videos is, what do you do if you're so fired up about making change and transforming your life or building a business or whatever it is? You're so fired up, you got so much adrenaline running through your veins, and reality is just too slow. So you get so frustrated after a short period of time, and then you go back into, kind of depressed, and then you suddenly jump up again, being all full of adrenaline and want to go for it. And then you repeat that pattern over and over again. I was in that as well for years until I realized that, all the advice we get about having a vision, right? A grand vision, have a castle and then build the foundation under it. All that, mumbo jumbo really doesn't work. Not for someone like us, because we get frustrated. You can't have that in front of you because the progress is simply too slow. And here's why that is. If you create a goal, you can create a goal that's so big if you push it out far enough into the future, right? You can have it out here, and the farther you get, the bigger it can become, because it gets so disconnected from the reality you live in. But because there's 10 years or 5 years before you should reach it in your mind, then it seems like, yeah, it's attainable, because who knows, right? But that's a vision. It's cool to have a vision. But if you focus on it on a daily basis, if that's what you're doing, see, that's what we say that we want. We want that vision, and then we can work our ways to it. I don't have the patience for that crap. I don't. I get frustrated. So what I need to do is say, okay, that's my vision. Fine, leave it there. I don't have to connect to it. I don't have to read about it every day, because it just gets me frustrated, because the gap between where I am and where I want to go is just too far. And then I cook up, strategies of getting there faster. What if I do this? What if I get up at 4 and I just go da 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 da? Yeah, but it's still, you run out of steam after 1 month. So what you need to do is say, okay, that vision, fine. But let's boil that down to what you can realistically, with some push, achieve in a month. You're not built psychologically, at least not if you're built like me, to aim for something that far away. Because it's like turtle speed, right? So you need to take a goal that will be exciting and say, okay, could I, let's just talk about money, it's measurable. I want to, make $100,000 a month, whatever, right? And that's fine, that's your vision, right? That's part of your future, whatever, castle. But then you say, what if I could make on a steady basis, what if I in 4 weeks could create an increase in my income by $500 or $100? What would that do to me? And then the next step, once you have that seems pretty realistic. How would I do that? What are the ways in which I can do that? It's very close, right? It's 4 weeks, it's right there. What could I do? I could create this website, I could do this, I could have that set up, I could read about it first and then ignite myself into a process of doing that. And then once you have the strategy of how to do that, you look and search, but it's a small result, of course you can. So you look for a strategy of how to do that, and then you engage in it. But before you start, you have an inlet. You say, next week, Monday, I'm going to start doing this in this way, these rituals, this thing I want to do. But I'm also going to sell myself as hard on my extra $100 or $500 as I am on the big vision. So I'm going to take something that's very close, that I can actually achieve, that is possible if I stretch myself, if I engage myself fully. Then it's absolutely possible. It might be muscle growth, might be something else, communication skills. And then you start training yourself. You start actually engaging in the activities. But then you sell yourself that little result. You say, okay, if I can make, now I'm selling. If I can make $100 more and implement that into my life in 4 weeks, then the next week or the next month I can do 200, maybe 300 next week or next month, right? It proves to me that I can do it, and it's going to be a victory because I'm going to manifest a result that is a pre-result of getting there, and then you're going to party when you get to it. So you're going to take that one result, attach it to that vision which you're not focused on because you get so tunnel vision focused on your small result. I did this when I was practicing guitar back in the days. I was really, aiming at getting my skills, my technical abilities to the highest level. But it was so overwhelming. It was actually demotivating me. My vision was just making me depressed, right? Because that's impossible. Just look at what these guys are doing. It seems like they have, an impossible amount of talent and, But so I picked one thing and I said, okay, if I can play 3 notes on one string, and I can learn to do that on the highest level. Who can't do 3 notes on one string? I don't have to learn any of the plethora of stuff I need to learn. I just need to do this. What would that mean? Wow. When I was playing, with the guys, I was performing in front of people, I could just play my solos, and then I would just go, just that one thing that would be so good. It would be impressing. It would be significant that I could do it. I have proved to myself that I can actually get to the highest level with anything. And that's how my principle of mastery actually came about, is that I proved to myself that I could get there. And then suddenly everything cracked up. Every barrier that was in front of me got softer. Then I took the next thing and I just focused on a small result, and I focused on it. I sold myself the idea of reaching that would mean everything. I wrote down every single benefit I would get from it. I just blew it up. So I had something now that was achievable, that I could put all my adrenaline into consistent, obsessive action every day, and I achieved it. And I could go, that's amazing. I have a gem, I have a diamond right now, here, a jewel. That is proof that I can do this thing. And then I just worked on the next and the next. But I kept focusing on something that was just right in front of me. Sometimes I didn't achieve it. But then I just said, okay, what did I achieve? How good did I become? And then I just took 4 weeks more and 4 weeks more, right? Focusing on that thing in front of me. And that is a principle that's absolutely going to bring you to the highest level of whatever you're trying to achieve.